Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm going to give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car's gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Time for the question of the morning. Walker Kessler going to social media to refute the claims he doesn't want to be in Utah. What's his value to the team?
Yeah, that's the bottom line, right?
That is the bottom line. How much better does he make the Utah Jazz?
Yeah, and how much do they want to pay him, and how much does he want? And then when you settle that will be settled. Then what is his value to the team this year? I could argue that his value is he going in his fifth year? And I realize he missed last year. Will be at an all-time high. Because this is the first time he's been on this ball club with the intent to win as many games as possible. And that obviously has not been the intent.
Jay says Walker should accept the Jazz offer, period. Based on his past, that's a killer deal for him. Yeah, well, based on the NBA's past, there might be more out there.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about this is because it is some based on his past, but it's also a projection for the future.
Yes, and as the cap goes up, if Walker improves and he's locked in for 5 years, he's going to be a steal.
And he doesn't want to be a steal.
No, he doesn't. He wants top dollar and top value.
And we can all say, wow, $20 million, $25 million. I get that, but that's a different world.
Everybody wants the most, even in a world where the most is so much more than any of us can imagine. They usually still want the most.
You want it commensurate to the value that you believe you bring. And whatever that is. It probably is the most. And two, now, I think we're still in the negotiating phase. We haven't gotten down to a deadline.
Totally agree. It's June.
Yeah.
If this is where we are in August, maybe it's different.
And we won't be. I was thinking July.
I would agree.
When the bidding really starts.
I think it'll be solved in July and all.
Just not July 4th there. Big K.
No, thank you, Utah.
Yeah.
Hey, it was really important, but I didn't come in.
Well, yeah.
I was out of town. But I like the statement, and if those who haven't seen it, I'll read it. I've seen what's being said, and I want it to be clear that I have always wanted to be here. I love this city, these fans, my teammates, my coaches. That's real to me. You don't go roots where you don't want to be. I thought that's an excellent statement.
I thought it was on point. It sounded genuine to me. Other people might, think, hey, this is all negotiating, and maybe it is, but I took it at face value.
And it was deep, but yet brief, which is even better. He didn't go to the Players Tribune to write a big spiel that nobody believed anyway.
Didn't require 8,000 words.
Yeah. And so
Couple
he puts
of
it out
sentences,
there.
it was good.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Literally 3 sentences, and he's done. He's in. He's out.
Jared, well, of course he wants to be here. Then in parentheses, with the highest contract any team could offer, in parentheses, and then 3 laughing emojis, and the tongue is the dollar bill, and the eyes are the dollar sign.
Okay, I think that's the case, but to at least to some degree. I don't know that I could do more often than not. Did Carlos Boozer really want to come to Utah at the time? Now, it worked out, and he played here as a fine player. He's employed, and so he likes it here, blah, blah, blah. But I'm talking about the time when he was with the Cavaliers.
Carlos Boozer made multiple moves, right? He was in Cleveland. He was in Utah. He was in Chicago. And then later, wasn't he in L.A.?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was never left with the impression that any of that had to do with the cities. Carlos was about basketball and business. So it came down to, can you win and how much money can you make? which isn't a bad way to shape your career.
I don't know that I blame Carlos Boozer for anything.
Right. Yeah. He took the path he took, and, he says later he regrets one of the moves. I mean, sometimes you make a move and it doesn't work out.
I remember, he was a second-round pick too, wasn't he?
He was a second-round pick.
Yeah, so for a second-round pick, he had a phenomenal career.
Absolutely.
There's no question about it.
Yeah. Well, most of the second-round picks don't make the league.
Right.
Or if they do, it's super brief.
And he was on the Olympic team.
Yes.
He did all that stuff, so, man, he superseded his draft position big time. Good for him.
Brian says Walker wants to be on a team that has the chance and the will to win an NBA title. So he's playing the game on a couple of levels, and you can quote me on that, exclamation point.
Well, right now it is a game, and both sides play this game.
Yep, because it's June.
And they go back and forth, yeah.
August and September will be late, but if they go back and forth in June, and if there's a little drama in July, that's the nature of the beast.
And it could, in a sense, backfire on the Jazz, too, because Team XYZ could just throw $40 million at them.
Yes.
And you can have 3 players above $40 million?
Doesn't seem like that would be a good idea, no.
No.
You'd have to go out and find a value replacement at center. You probably wouldn't get someone as young and athletic and as long and all that kind of stuff.
No.
But you only have so many dollars to work with.
Right.
Don't want to paint yourself into a corner. You're going to have to pay other people later, presumably.
So they have to figure that out. And
we'll see when he comes back with an offer what it looks like.
Right, but they have to figure that out ahead of time, though.
They do. And I think they already have.
To a degree. I don't think you can get right down to the literal dollar.
That's probably true. And they're, how many years, how much money. But I think they have a pretty good ballpark.
Oh, sure, because everybody knows how much money everybody has available. What they don't know necessarily is what the ownership is willing to do as far as going over, or can they jettison players.
I'd agree with that.
My guess stuff that go into it.
My guess is with Ryan Smith is that right now he doesn't know.
He didn't know what?
How far he'd be willing to go over. I think the push is going to come to shove. I don't think next summer. I think it's more likely in 2 summers. But any acquisition could change that. But as we sit here today, I think that's where the money's really going to start to get tight, and even tighter in 3 summers. And I could see him, unlike Dolan, drawing the line. Now, Dolan just won a title, and Ryan wants to win. So I could see Ryan going into the second apron briefly and then dropping back. The penalties compound. If you don't drop back, at some point he's going to. But if they show well the first year, but they don't have any playoff experience, so don't expect him to go very far. But then the second year, they do something like the Knicks did, where, okay, you have 1 year out in the first round, but you have another year where you're in the conference final. Is he just going to want to break that up in 2 years? Or will he bite the bullet and pay a little extra to see, okay, if we bring him back one more time, what happens?
Well, money's not a problem.
Right.
Oh, I think you just answered your question.
Well, it depends how close they get. How close do they feel like they are to a championship when it gets to it?
But if they're further away, then that just means you got to spend more, not less.
But you might let some of the big earners go because they didn't get you that close to it.
Big deal. So you're just, instead of playing player A, you're paying player B. So the money will still always be required to be spent. The names can change, and the names will change. But the amount of money you're going to have to spend, yeah. So I don't think that's an issue. The issue is getting the talent, not are you going to spend the money. Yeah, they're going to spend the money, but are you going to get the talent?
We have the tech to get food delivered in 15 minutes, but we all have horror stories about buying tickets. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage. Get amazing tickets in just a few taps. Fees are included, so what you see is what you pay. And the Game Time guarantee means authentic tickets at the best price every time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets to concerts, sports, comedy, and more with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing nothing, you're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing, or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's like really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry the Bahamas and USA.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
What is that?
Oh, yeah, it's a World Cup holder.
Like the soccer tournament World Cup?
Holder. For the world. Fits every car, holds every cup.
It has a Carvana logo?
Yeah, Carvana made it. They buy and sell cars, so they made a car cup holder. So, got any good cups lately?
Used to. Just couldn't figure out where in the world to put them.
The World Cup holder. Brought to you by Carvana. Proud sponsors of the World Cup holder.
Sign up today to win yours at cup-holder2026.com. Not authorized or endorsed by FIFA. Not a real product. For parity and fair use purposes only.
Steve says another millionaire wants more money and another billionaire doesn't want to pay it. Who cares?
I don't necessarily think they don't want to pay it. I can't say that they don't want to pay it. I think they will pay it. They just have to see what it is. And where are they in negotiation line? How far away? They have to be responsible. You just can't go out there and just give everybody whatever. And so they owe it to themselves, to the franchise, to the fan base, to be prudent. You have to be. It's not necessarily about spending the money. It's spending the money wisely.
Spending the money on the right people. You overpay somebody, then you don't have the room to pay the next person.
Yeah.
You can paint yourself into a corner. The money's going to get spent.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
but where and who and when?
Whatever players, if these guys don't do it, then you just get some other players in there and you pay them. And these guys will do it in terms of being competitive. I've got zero doubt on that. There's just too much talent not to be competitive.
Jeff says, Kessler, nothing. Go get Boozer. Still don't leave yourself with the real shot-blocking rim protector. You have some tall guys.
No, and the thing that I like about Kessler is that he's going to know his role, and he's going to embrace his role, understanding this is my value, this is why I'm paid, this is why I get playing time. And so he's going to be fully integrated, embracing it at the highest level. And I like that. You know, they're going to have enough offense, and he can give you some offense. I mean, I can argue he's a better offensive player right now than Gobert.
Yes.
And with that in mind, you know, he's probably not the defender and the shot-blocking presence yet. We'll see if he can get there. But offensively,
his ability to
he's
catch
certainly less awkward.
Yes, I would just start with his ability to catch the ball.
Yeah. So he has a skill that a winning team can really, really use. I mean, you look at Mitchell for the Knicks, limited player, but that was his skill. That's all he provided. And he got a crucial offensive rebound off a missed free throw.
Fourth quarter, game 5, game on the line.
Right. And so you need those types of players who do that dirty work that isn't particularly glamorous on a box score. And it took Gobert years to get recognized for being that good at that particular skill. Whereas if he was scoring 25, well, that just jumps off the page right off the bat. Yeah, so there's not a lot of guys out there that can replace Kessler. So he has some bargaining power. And judging by his statement that he would like it to be here. And I get it, man. You've been here for 4 years. You know, you do commercials. You probably got the same place you're living in, the same routine. And think about it, man. It's not a bad routine. You go to some of these other places and you got to be at the arena at 4. You got to leave at 1.
Welcome to the big city and nightmare traffic.
Yeah. And here you don't. And unless you've been in those situations, I think some folks may take that for granted. That my wife drove me to work this morning. We're doing a thing here. Anyway, she drove me to work. And she said, man, there's more traffic. And we both kind of laughed because we lived in L.A. for a decade. And, yeah, there was more traffic than when I first started doing the show 5 years ago. But still, at no point did I have to tap the brakes.
Bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
It's sitting there looking at the paint on the road.
Yeah. So
because you're not moving.
And there's a lot to be said for that, the convenience of it, the familiarity of it. So it's clear to me that he would like to stay, but it is a business. And so if you have to go, you have to go. My guess is, and that's all it is right now, is that he will be in a Jazz uniform this season, even if he has to take a little less. Because he's going to realize a little less is one heck of a lot.
How many teams are going to be able to offer him more, and what kind of situation is it? And does he really want that? But if I told you it's 80, 90% he stays, you'd buy that. That's generally, that's what I've thought all along. But you never know. There could be an outlier deal coming. It happens every once in a while.
Well, I think a player like him, he's only going to go or only going to be offered in a winning situation. Because you're not going to throw big money at, not exclusively, but largely a one-dimensional player.
The defensive anchor had better have some scores around him.
Right, or what's the point?
Probably not the first piece of the puzzle you go get.
Right.
And Locke's point is there aren't that many teams with cap room.
I understand.
Now,
that.
there's a possibility, someone could make a deal and open up some cap room.
There could be.
We'll see. But it's hard because if you're dumping salary, someone else has got to take it on, and it's as Austin Ainge said, the squeeze has been on with the salary cap for a couple of years now. Contracts have become more important than talent, which isn't what basketball people would prefer, but they have had to live with it for a couple of years.
I don't know that it is. I disagree on that.
What?
That contracts are more important than talent.
They have been for a couple of years because owners have drawn a line on the no cap. I think we're getting to the point now where a few of those deals are expiring and the new TV money is going to kick in and start raising the cap, so we're going to see that ease a little bit.
If you're worried about contracts over talent, you're not going to win.
That is why
contracts don't win, talent wins.
And that's why the Knicks aren't going to repeat. They're going to start picking it apart, much as the Denver Nuggets did.
I don't think they're a great team anyway.
Right.
Things went their way this year, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not worried about what's going to happen next summer, next spring. But my philosophy is if you're worried about contracts, you're not winning because talent wins.
Jessica says the biggest problem, there's only so much cap space for the luxury tax. Will we always be the farm team for all the others to build great teams?
Well, so we have a problem, but they don't?
Apparently. Well, I would start with are we the farm team for all the others to build great teams?
Who's left here that's gone on?
There you go, right? Gordon got hurt. It looked like a great matchup, but he got hurt, and then by the time he was healthy, they drafted somebody who was better, and he moved on, and it didn't matter in Charlotte.
They had two players who were better.
Yeah.
He overestimated his value in the league. He thought he was something special.
Yeah. I'm going to be the key piece of this puzzle.
And he was good. I'll give him that.
But he wasn't the key piece of the puzzle.
It's not like players like him are a dime a dozen, but clearly Boston showed we can get better than you. And they did.
And then in Cleveland, they just made the conference final, but I wouldn't label them a great team. They've made some progress. And Donovan has the ball and gets the shots and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think he really left here in a manner of Gordon Hayward.
It was different. I get it. But the point is, nonetheless, Jessica sees a player who she thinks is good and young, when he's young and he's not really expected to win at the highest level, you go through all the growing pains, the ups and downs, and then when he gets to his prime, when he's supposed to win, and granted, neither one of those guys went to the NBA Finals, let alone won a title, they're gone. So is there anybody else beyond those two? I mean, if you go back further, Boozer and D. Will?
What about them?
But they were good players who left.
Back? I don't
because
know.
they were building towards something, and then it was over. And those players didn't win.
Everybody
big.
is building towards something. And players move around. And I'm trying to figure out how that's different here than any place else.
It happened to them. I mean, you're right. Young players do leave other places. But are we the farm team for all the others to build great teams?
Well, no. We don't, if we are the farm team for others to build great teams, that means we've got great players. Well, what great players? Get on my back, boys. I'm taking you to the finish line. How great are they is my point.
Oh, I don't think they're great. I think they're good.
Yeah.
But the best players the Jazz have had, 3 of whom were drafted. The other was a free agent after they got boozed out of Cleveland after a couple of years.
I don't know, man. I am so tired of living in the past here. We got Walker Kessler. We got. Are the Jazz going to sign him? It's all about the future, man. And it's not. I'm not just going to keep going back and using examples and some statistical analysis that says ABC will always equal this. If that's the case, if this magical form of statistics are so foolproof and so guaranteed, then everybody would be doing it and there'd be no busts and no misses and everybody would be drafting because the analytics say this is the player because there's been no history that does this, that does this, that does this. I've spinning myself 20 feet under the ground doing this because all it is, you just figure out some analytical, statistical analysis of these players, that players, blah, blah, blah. If only it were that simple, then anybody could do it.
So, Jessica, PK's answer is no. We will not always be the farm team. One day, greatness will be here.
No statistical analysis of 35 games in college that shows A.J. DeBonta is going to be this or this. That's ridiculous. You can spin it any way you want. On its surface, that is a ridiculous assertion. That doesn't mean you do not look at that stuff and use that to your advantage. But to act like that is a panacea and everything is numbers driven and it'll show in the numbers. And I got Jalen Brunson over here saying they never judged my heart.
Including apparently his own dad.
They never judged my heart.
And the
now,
teams
what
he
he should
for.
have done is he should have thrown right before heart an expletive to further emphasize the point.
So maybe one day.
One day what?
The greatness will be here. Just as one day it was in Milwaukee, one day it was in Denver, one day it was in Toronto. Places where they didn't have greatness for decades, and then suddenly they had their championship.
Right. And
now, is it going to be 60 or 70 years? Is it going to be 56 years because we're only 3 years away and we don't know it? Or is it going to be the Cubs and the Red Sox and it's going to be a century? Nobody knows. That's why we keep showing up to the games. You don't really know.
Keep doing the right things, and maybe this is not applicable to sports, but I've always felt if you keep working hard and you keep doing the right things and you're going to get knocked down and you're going to get undercut and you're going to be demoralized, all those things, some more than others, some have tougher paths. I get it. Some have far easier paths. But if that's the case, you just keep working and I believe your time will come.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home. Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains June 5th through the 11th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.